Hi everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is the chopped brisket sandwich. After 10 years of doing this, I honestly can't believe that we've never just done a straightforward chopped brisket sandwich, but that's what we're doing today. We're gonna smoke a whole brisket to the best of our ability, chop the crap out of it, and put some other great ingredients on the bun. Let's get started on this brisket. Creekstone Prime, best of the best. Whole brisket here. This is the flat right here. This is the leaner meat. Up here we have the point underneath this fat cap, but we're gonna start with just a little bit of trimming. There's always this giant wedge of fat. I'm not gonna go crazy on trimming this thing because we're just gonna chop it and combine it all. But I will take out this big wedge of fat because that stuff's gonna have a hard time rendering down. And then trim up the edges, take off the gray parts. A lot of times you get a situation where there's a little piece of meat attached to the end that doesn't belong to the brisket. No big deal. Then straight down the line to get some of that gray stuff off of there. Not that it's gonna make you sick, but it's been steamed or altered in some way. Opposite side here, there's always a bit of a wedge in between the flat and the point, and I'll carve a little bit of that out. Again, just because it's like pretty hard fat. We'll clean up the edges. But any of this soft fat that's sitting on the surface, I don't care that much about it. Like if it gets in your way, if you don't like it, get rid of it, but it's not gonna completely alter your cook. Now fat cap side, there's some hard fat up here too, so we'll take a layer of that off, but for the most part, I'm gonna leave the rest pretty undisturbed. Hard fat's gone. The rest is just added bonus. We're not gonna be fussy about this today. Use a binder if you like before you put your rub on, but we've still got some good moisture on here, just fresh out of the plastic. So we're gonna go down with two different rubs today. This one's a little bit sweet and salty. It's the Bovine Bold from Plowboys, which is a classic beef seasoning for me. And I always put down the finer rub first and then the more coarse rub second, just to help develop bark. Second rub is Lone Star from Cattleman's Grill. This is a classic brisket rub. Nice, thick and chunky pieces, which helps to build a really beautiful bark. 4 simple ingredients: salt, pepper, roasted garlic, and celery seed. So this kind of brings in the extra savory portion and the texture to the outside of the brisket. So just like the first rub, we're gonna let that set up just a little bit before we flip it and season the opposite side. Rubs are sufficiently attached, so let's hit the other side. Again, first with the bovine. Give that a little press in there, and we'll move back to the Lone Star. Generous amount on a generous piece of meat. Now just let that set up for a few minutes until it looks like it's firmly attached to the meat and you're ready to go on the smoker. On to the second shelf of the Yoder pellet grill. And I like to let these roll all night, so I started one last night. We'll get right to that. This brisket is the one that I smoked overnight. It's been cruising for about 11 hours at 190 degrees on the Yoder Smokers YS640s pellet grill. It's kind of the beauty of trusting your pellet grill. You can see it's at 175, but more importantly, the bark is really well developed, and that's what we want. So now we're gonna wrap it up just to escalate the rest of the cook. We're using the plastic wrap method again, where you first wrap it in plastic to hold in the juices, then wrap it in foil to protect the plastic from the heat. I know this isn't popular with everyone, so if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do it, but you know, this brisket came into my world in plastic, so it's gonna leave my world in plastic. Do a couple of layers here to trap all of that moisture in, and then hit it with double foil. 2 sheets of foil, wrap it down super tight, get it covered. It'll protect that plastic, it'll protect that brisket. This is gonna be super juicy. Back onto the smoker, 275 degrees now, and we're gonna let this cook until it's nice and tender all the way through. Brisket's been wrapped for about 3 hours now. Super tender, very little resistance, temping at about 203 degrees. So we're gonna pull this off, let it rest a little bit, and then chop it. Brisket's had a good half hour to rest. Let's pull this out. Don't get rid of those juices though. So we're just gonna take a little out of both ends here. We got that nice fatty point meat right there. We'll grab some of this lean meat from down here. Now the great thing about, since we're chopping this, we don't have to be too careful with it. It's definitely fully cooked. It's maybe not as tender as if I was going for like floppy slices, but that's because we're going to chop it. So there's nothing gracious about, or I should say, too careful about this process. Like you can kind of just go at it however you want, because eventually it's all just going to be chopped meat, and it doesn't matter presentation wise how it looks. I mean, it looks amazing. Now onto that lean meat, and we'll just mix them together. I snuck a bite. It's nice, salty. We're gonna add a little sweetness to it. Got the Meat Mitch Whomp sauce today. Great sweet sauce, smoky, Kansas City sauce. Right up our alley. Just enough to kind of coat that, balance out some of the saltiness. And there's nothing more to that. Let's build some sandwiches. So we got a couple sesame seed buns. I'm gonna put some pickles down first. I love pickles with my brisket. We're kind of gonna double pickle this one. The great thing is the sour from the pickles balances out the saltiness from the brisket and the sweetness from the sauce. And you guys know I preach this all the time. There's gotta be balance in flavors and textures, and we accomplished both of those things by adding the pickles. Now I've also got cheese curds. This is not an every time thing for me. These are actually dill flavored cheese curds, cheddar cheese curds out of Wisconsin. So now we're gonna get a little bit of that chewiness as well. But beyond that, nothing more, really simple. Here we go. I gotta say, the pickle and the barbecue flavors, those really do it for me. This feels like an odd combination, maybe give it a try. If you like it, if you love it, stick with it. Otherwise, you can lose the pickles, but overall, this is just your general guide to like how to make a chopped brisket sandwich. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.